This is Greg with a Rural Economist. Today we're going to talk about my homemade de-skunk recipe because Kai, my dog, right there, just got sprayed with a skunk actually this morning before I left for work. He had to stay in the workshop, that way he didn't stink up the house. Now, you're going to see as I mix everything up, I've got tomato juice, I've got hydrogen peroxide, Dawn dishwashing detergent, and baking soda. Now for my secret, de-skunk recipe, the tomato juice, it's not even included, okay? I do use tomato juice on him first to kind of soak up a little bit of the smell. Actually, it doesn't really soak up the smell, it kind of masks it. But I'm going to take baking soda. You're going to see I'm going to measure this very carefully. Ha ha ha. And I'm putting approximately 3 to 5 tablespoons of baking soda in my mason jar here. I'm going to take my hydrogen peroxide, which this is brand new. I have not opened it yet. Oh. Live, can you tell? Alright, and I'm going to pour a good amount of it in there. That's about right. And then I'm going to take my Dawn dishwashing detergent. Sorry for the shakiness of the photo. I'm doing this all on the fly because he stinks. And I'm going to put about the same amount of Dawn in that I put of the hydrogen peroxide. And I'm going to get it on my Bronco. Oh, Lord have mercy. Once I have that put together, like so, I'm going to take it and I'm going to cap it off with my hand as best I can. Hold one. Alright, sorry about that. I had to shake it up, and you see it is a very pale, like baby blue. I don't know if I mentioned it or not. I'm kind of doing this on the fly, but Dawn is the detergent that they use to take oil off of wild animals, so it's very safe, because I've had a friend of mine ask me if it was irritating to his skin. It has never been. This is actually the third time in 3 weeks we've had to use de-skunk. So, here we go, and we're going to start bathing my dog. Alright, we start off with the tomato juice. Work that in real good. You have to pay close attention to his face. And you have to be very careful because the acid content of the tomato juice can be irritating, even though the Dawn cannot. Now, as I said, he got sprayed with a skunk this morning. And he had to stay in the workshop all day while I was at work. This recipe works better if you're able to use it immediately after the spray, because the scent has not had time to dry in the hair and on the skin. But sometimes you just can't do that. I'm going to use this whole bottle. This is the cheap stuff that you can get. This one I actually bought at Walmart. I do not remember how much it costs, sorry. Now, you are going to get dirty doing this. You got to get every part of the dog that was exposed to the skunk musk. In order to have them, or you can have them in the house stock, or else they will be stinky for weeks. You can pause it. Alright, he is soaked for about 2 minutes in the tomato juice. So now I'm going to take my secret, de-skunk recipe, and I'm just going to start by just pouring a line of it on his body. And then I'm going to lather him real good. Now notice that it's turning red. That is not due to blood or anything like that. That's because I left the tomato juice on him while I'm shampooing him up. Once again, this is a situation where you've got to be very attentive to the face. Most dogs, when confronted with a skunk, the minute they are sprayed, they run. Well, Odie's kind of hardcore. The first time that he got sprayed by a skunk, he wound up killing the skunk. I found its dead body just like 10 minutes after the event occurred. The last 2 times, I have not been so lucky as to find a carcass. So, my next video is going to be on trying to trap a skunk. Alright, now we've got him good and lathered up. Just on top, though, you'll notice it's not all the way down, but that lather is really thick. The only thin liquid that was involved with it was the hydrogen peroxide. So now I'm just going to add a little water. If I can get this thing open. Well, maybe. There we go, just a little. And this will thin it up enough to where I can get the rest of the body. Now I'm getting the belly, the breeches, the tail, which the tail has not stunk as of yet, so I know it was full frontal assault. Now skunks hate dogs. They don't mind cats. I guess that's one reason they call them a polecat. None of our cats have smelled like a skunk, even though we have had several in there, because cats don't care. This morning, the best I can tell, he was sprayed right next to the garbage can, because today is garbage day. Because that's where the majority of the smell was. So we're going to lather him up real good, okay? Here. Yeah. Alright, we have washed, rinsed, and towel dried. And due to my nose, I'm going to let my son Gary, say hey.
Hello.
Do the sniff test on his face and see if he can still smell skunk. That is only one washing.
I smell tomato. Does that count?
Do you smell skunk?
No.
There you go. First with tomato juice, then with Dawn dish detergent, baking soda, and hydrogen peroxide can successfully de-skunk your dog. By the way, it can be used on people as well. I've done it. This is Greg from The Rural Economist telling you to keep it rural.